many of us have them. But guess what? We're not only talking about friends, we talking about girlfriends. I'm talking about real girlfriends, not the ones that smile in your face and stab you in the back. But hey, we might need to talk about them too, because they do exist. But the key thing is you got to be ready and aware. Because when I was looking at y'all know we got to start out with a little scripture, and I was like, wow, what is it about friends? What does the Bible say about friends? What does this walk and this journey that we have, what does it say about friends and how we should treat people? You know, we always lean on to as the good, the golden rule: treat everybody the way you want to be treated. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. We always hear that, but we never really sit back and evaluate it. So I had to go to one of my favorite books, Proverbs. Proverbs 27:5-6 says, "Better is open rebuke than hidden love. Hidden love. Wounds from a friend can be trusted, but an enemy multiplies kisses." And I thought about it. I said, so many times they always say, I'm going to rebuke you, but they never talk about that next scripture. And that said, you know what? That next verse means so much to me, because at the end of the day, when your friend checks you, and if it's a real friend, yeah, you mad. Yeah, your feelings hurt. Yeah, you salty. Yeah, you feeling some kind of way. But at the end of the day, you know that they really just looking out for your good. And how many of us have friends like that? Because, we get mad. Yeah, we get mad. We ain't talk to you for about, I'm counting my feelings, so I can't talk to you for at least 2 months. Okay, come up out your feelings, boo, because they were trying to help you. It's a difference when somebody's telling you something and they're trying to harm you and not help you make it to your next level. And not everybody that's giving you advice or checking you on something is a hater. And then sometimes the ones that you think is hate, you might want to listen to them because they don't know how to they don't know how to sugarcoat. Because I'm that person. See, I'm the one that don't know how to sugarcoat. I just know how to be forward. And so a lot of times I do hurt people's feelings, but it's okay, because at the end of the day they come back, yeah, you right. But it's okay, guys. It is okay. And I like to say that friends it's like having water. You might not like it all the time, but it's good for you. Whether they are your flavored water, your bubbly water, your tap water, or your filter water, because we all got a girlfriend like that. The flavor one, they always in the fashion, they always high beat, they just extra 24/7. That's the ones that's got your flavor. Your bubbly water friend is going to be the one that's just bubbly. They always bubbly, they happy about everything. You trying to figure out, child, why are you so happy? They just happy all the time. And then the tap water, that's your home girl. Because see, your tap water, you already know it's no telling what's going to happen. There's no telling what you getting out the faucet. But depending on where you live, you might I'm from the country. So your tap water might actually be well water. And that means that's going deep. That means that's your girlfriend that's going to keep you, that's always deep and that's looking out for you. That's that girlfriend that's been with you to hell and back. Let's just say that. That's the girlfriend that will go with you no matter what is happening, what is going on, because that is that friend. You got to have that tap water friend. And then you got that filtered friend. They deep. Yeah, they deep, but they filter everything that they say. They filter everything that they do. Everything, you got to wait for them to get to the point. They try to be nice about everything. We all got that friend. So y'all, we just got to make sure that you got to start figuring out who are your girlfriends, who are your friends. Do they have flavor? Are they bubbly? Are they tap? Or are they filtered with everything? Now, we have to be there for each other no matter what. And the crazy part, I feel like life brings us closer when time has passed. Because I can say that about now, my girlfriends and I can be transparent, because I'm always transparent on the show about how I deal with women, and then how it was prophesied to me that I would have a ministry with women. And I was like, who, me? I don't even like being around that many women. I didn't have any sisters growing up. I grew up with 2 brothers and my mama. That's it. Oh, and my daddy too. But the thing is, and I didn't even have a lot of girl cousins. Go figure. So when I think about things, I'm used to just being straightforward and direct, because I'm used to hanging out with guys all the time. And then to say that I'm supposed to work with women on a regular, what the bejesus? But then I thought about my girlfriends and I are actually planning something this weekend. And it was like I got the phone call and they were like, hey, I saw them post a picture and I wasn't in it. And we all went to high school together. I said, wait a minute, y'all, we got to make something happen when I come in town. So the organizer Yeah, we do have an organizer. She was like, okay, look, are you coming for real? What time you gonna get here? Because I'm gonna put everything together. You just better make sure you gonna be there. And I was like, I'm coming. I promise. I'm not gonna let nobody change my schedule. Because everybody knows as soon as I get in town, I can have all the good plans in the world to hang out with my girlfriends, hang out with some friends. And of course, you know who steps in. Mama changes everything because she feel like because I haven't been there in a couple months that she got to change that whole schedule. But this time, I have locked it in because even after talking with some people about friendships and being in connected relationships and being connected to other people, I was like, I really need to refuel that bond. I really need to start hanging out with the people that know me. They knew me before all of this. They know the one that had to be like, I can't go with y'all because my mom and them said I can't go. Because, see, they were allowed to go to parties. They were allowed to hang out. I was the one that had to stay at home for every little thing. There was no such thing. But the cool part is they were there for me. And they are there now because now when I host events in Houston, they were like, let us know we're going to be there. And that let me know that we are still cool because I know that they got my back. They got my back with whatever I do. They are supporting me. And they will say, did you think about that? Oh, that was good. Or they'll even say, child, stop playing. So the thing is, I know that we have to start to build our relationships up even more, to be more open and upfront with our girlfriends and with our close friends. And yeah, and that's not knocking any of us that have a lot of close guy friends or the ones of us that may have, that don't have a lot, but you got to have one good one. You need to concentrate and think about who is that one good girlfriend that you can have. And then start supporting other women. Because at the end of the day, if we don't support each other, we can't expect to move forward. You know, because I think about one of my good girlfriends that I had in college. Yeah, we lost touch, but now we're back. We got reacquainted and started talking about some things and started trying to figure out how we're going to do something because guess what, honey, when you're getting ready to turn 50, you start finding all your friends because you're trying to figure out who's still living, because even though age ain't nothing but a number, honey, we still got to figure that thing out because most people that are approaching 50, you've lost a lot of your classmates. You've lost a lot of people that you went to high school with, that you grew up in the same church with. Now it's like, but I can say, thankfully, that even though I've lost people, a lot of the people that I've lost have been people that have led long lives. They are in their 70s and 80s, heck, even in their 90s, that have transitioned on. So I have to be grateful for that. But it's like now we getting ready to reach that milestone. So it's like, girl, what you doing? How you living? And then when you post pictures, like, oh my God, no wonder people don't believe how old we are, because we really don't look like a lot of the people that we know that are our age. So it's like, wow, this is amazing. So I'm like, y'all, I'm so excited about this weekend. Know that pictures will be posted, things will be said, we will be doing some things that I'm gonna make sure that I post some things and have some quotes from them. I am so excited. And then it's like now to get to know them, because a lot of them now have children and their children's children, and I'm like, wow, because some of them, like, I think one of my girlfriends like might even be a grandmother now. So yes, Lord. So that's a whole nother issue. Got kids getting ready to graduate high school and college, and it's like, wow. And I'm still trying to figure out if I want another dog. And they talking about grandkids. I'm like, what the bejesus? So y'all, at the end of the day, and if nothing else, I want you to be motivated to pick up that phone, inbox them. Well, with the age of social media, you can inbox them. You can call them and just say something like, hey girl, what's up? How you living? Because now, y'all, it's that time to reach out. It is that season, not only for you to move forward, but for you to reconnect with the people that you know are going to have your back. Because it's only lonely at the top because you make a choice not to take somebody with you. All right, guys, have a good one. We'll be right back after this messages with our special guest. I got my special guest tonight, and this is Miss Stephanie Simon. I'm so excited about having her on the show because this is why the show is about girlfriends. We're going to be talking about her book, All About Her, the novel. So you got to go find this book. You got to go log on, because when I started reading just some of the excerpts, I just got so excited. So Miss Stephanie, I'm just going to jump. I got to ask you, what motivated you to write this book?
You know, Deborah, that's a great question. I get that asked the question all the time. And actually, the book came to me. The story came to me. I was sitting in my sister's backyard talking about good girlfriends. Me and my sisters are really good girlfriends. And the whole story just kind of came to me, and I had to write it. It took me a long time to get it all done, but it's a story that came to me, and I thought it was an important story, and a story about women who are friends and what the trials and tribulations are about staying friends and building a friendship, and what causes people to walk away. And then there's some other really interesting themes in the book as well. So.
Right, and that's one of the themes that jumped out. It's so clear to me is that how many times we can have girlfriends, but we let a situation, we let marriage, we let children, we let jealousy.
Yeah.
Come in between us, but then at the end of the day, we end up coming back together. So how has your experience dealing, because you said something that was key to me too, and this is where I start hating on people, because I'm a hater, but I'm a hater that tell you to your face I'm hating.
Okay. That's okay.
Because I'm the only girl. So a lot of my friends talk about, me and my sister going to do this, me and my sister going to do that. Then I, like my mother, well, me and my sisters. I was like, but I ain't got none. So, and then everybody always talk about my first best friend is my sister. So how do you explain that? And did you pull some of those characters from your sisters?
Well, I can't. My sisters might be watching this, so I can't say that.
Whoopsie,
because they're going to know which character was them. But what I would say is that I come from a family. I'm the second to the youngest of 7 kids.
Oh wow!
And so lots of girls. There's 5 girls, 2 boys. So lots of sisters, and so I understand that dynamic. There'll be times when we would be fighting. Cats and dogs, pulling hair, doing the whole thing, but at the end of the day, we always come back together as friends and as sisters, because we have that bond. We know one another. We know to support one another and get one another and have one another's back.
And I love it because so many times we get caught up too with not being able to have another woman's back. It's like how do we start to just let's changing the dynamic of that, of having each other's back as women, regardless if we're not sisters, if we're not, because again, my best friend, I guess could say, would be my equivalent to my sisters, and then my girlfriends that I grew up in high school with would be equivalent to some sisterhood there. So how do we start to really build that bond even more?
That's a great question. I think one of the things that is important is knowing who you are.
Wow.
Because a lot of times women don't have other women's back because they don't know who they are. They're not really grounded in themselves. So jealousy and envy and all kinds of other stuff comes into play. But when you really know who you are and you're grounded, you can have another woman's back because you want to see her succeed.
Exactly.
And you want her to go as far as she can go, because guess what? That means you can go as far as you can go.
Wow. I love it because even when I deal with women in some other areas, and I asked them a question like, what are you passionate about? And their response was I felt like you were interrogating me. How is not knowing your passion leading to you being on the defensive all the time?
I think part of that is because, again, you got to know. And it feels like, well, I don't know what that is, and so I don't have an answer for you. So if I don't have an answer for you, so I must be getting interrogated. Something must be going on.
Wow.
There must be something wrong.
Wow.
Instead of using that question and saying, you know what? Great question. Let me go inside. Let me do some inside work and think about what it is I'm passionate about and understand that. It's okay if you don't know. Saying I don't know is okay.
You're killing me right now.
It's okay.
It's okay.
It's okay. It doesn't
because
make you weak.
Because your answer shouldn't be I'm passionate about a lot of things. Because that's like the answer saying that you don't know.
Yeah, and then so it's about understanding that questioning people and understanding and trying to get to that deeper level, that next level, really is about uncovering some stuff. And honestly, what I've learned is the response that people give says a lot about who they are and who they're not.
Wow.
And who they're not.
Wow.
It says a lot about who they are and who they're not. And getting to that space of being able to be comfortable with who you are. Because if you get a defensive response all the time, sometimes it's because they're not comfortable with who they're not. They're not at the place where they know. And that's okay. We should be able to help our girlfriends, every friend, get to the place of where they know what they're passionate about and dig through that.
You're killing me right now. I'm ready to just fall down. We need to go ahead and pass the offering plate, because at the end of the day, you just mad because you don't know who you are.
You just don't know.
Wow, because you're not.
And
I'm about to just walk up to somebody. You know what? You got issues because you're not. You're not whatever. You just not. I love it. Okay, you already know. I'm trying to figure up a meme right now. You're not. And I'm probably gonna put YANOT. Yeah. Exclamation point. Mm-hmm. My gosh. That is interesting. Oh, y'all, for those of you who are listening, if you hear some music, it's a studio on the top of us, so that might be what you're hearing. It's not me. I promise you, I'm not getting ready to start singing or nothing. I'm not gonna break out and dance, because that's not me. But that when you start thinking about knowing who you are, and I always use this term, you have to know who you are and whose you are in order to move forward. And then I never thought about being, let's say, upset because of what you're not. I just never even crossed my mind that you could be on the defensive because you're not where you think you should be. You're not where, I guess, your friends are, or not where you see your other girlfriends are, or you've not accomplished those things. So how do we turn that knot around?
I think one of the ways we turn that knot around is by allowing people to know, hey, because I didn't start out kind of knowing what I wanted to do and being all that I am, and I hope I'm not all that I am, that I still have more to go, but sharing your story. By sharing your story and letting people know that you had a ways to come and find where you were. I don't know about you, but I had some stuff that had to go through. I had to go through.
Honey,
to
we
get
ain't
to where I am.
This show ain't that long. This show ain't nearly long enough.
I had some stuff I had to go through, and
right.
some places I had to go, and things I had to discover about myself. And sharing that story oftentimes makes people much more comfortable, because then they go, okay, you know where I am.
Right.
And I can help you get there, even if it's just by having your back, by standing there and listening to you, by standing there and giving you some motivation, by standing there and giving you some words of encouragement and wisdom. But when you share your story, when you're vulnerable, when you're open to other people, what I have found is that gives them space to be able to be open and vulnerable back.
Wow, that is amazing, y'all. And this dynamic woman I got sitting right here, I'm just loving the wisdom that she's just flowing out and just dropping here with us tonight. She has a blog. And I read one of her blogs. Okay, I'm just gonna be real transparent. We had some issues with putting this show together, and I was like, oh my God, what am I gonna do? And then I just said, forget it. I went to sleep. I said, I need to take me a nap. I'm just gonna take a nap. And so I took the nap, and I got up, and I'm prepping for the show, and I came across your blog, and I was like, this is what we gonna do, because you said something that was really key, and your blog just totally took me over the edge, because I started thinking about what a lot of women are experiencing now, especially like I just told you, like some of my friends we're approaching 50, and I have other friends that are approaching 60, and and some friends that have just turned 50. And so you said something that we always say, but I had never really saw anybody write it down. Age ain't nothing but a number. Y'all, that messed me up. So go on and tell us, what was your inspiration behind that age is nothing but a number blog, honey? But you was looking good doing it. I just want to let you know, she real fly in the picture that she put up there.
Well, thank you. I appreciate the compliment. My motivation is that I turned 60 August 22nd.
Okay, so, see, baby, I'm loving this because 60 looking real good. I'm like, yes, honey, yes. See, this is the problem. Women don't want to tell their age. No, baby, you need to start telling your age and be proud of it. Because I know some 60-year-olds that don't look this good.
Well, I appreciate it. Thank you for the compliment, sister. I really appreciate that. But I turned 60 and I published my first novel. And
I love it.
I've got a lot of things on the plate for me to do. I'm just starting out. It's not the end of my journey. It's just
it's another big chapter.
It's another big chapter. It's the next chapter. I was sitting on a plane one day and I was sitting next to this guy and he was 72 years old. He became a fireman at the age of 50 and he was telling me his story, and what he said to me really, really resonated with me. He said, I want to know what's next. I want to know what's the next big adventure of my life, because this is supposed to be fun. So I'm taking all that in, and I'm gonna have some fun.
Well, y'all, just because this lady right here, because I'm putting all the business in the street. But before that, we got a comment from Facebook.
Miss Marsha Turner says that she's 73 and I'm still looking and trying to find where I'm going. I know what I would like to do and know what I would like to become, but I have to work at it some more.
Y'all, hey, Miss Marsha. Miss Marsha is another one of my inspirations. She is like. Y'all know I have issues with my weight. But no, somebody else may have an issue. I done got good with it. So we had a weight loss challenge. She was the one that lost the most weight in the church. She was the one that went to the gym every day, followed the plan, and she's 72. Okay. Then she is a cancer survivor. So it's like when she talk about her chapters, I be like, girl, bye. You doing the doggone thing and making us all look bad. But Miss Marsha, I love it that you're watching and that you're sharing about that. You're inspiring those women that are turning 72 and she's looking good doing it. So it's like I totally appreciate that with her. And in her thrive, in her tenacity, we definitely got to get her back. She will be coming on the show pretty soon to talk about her book as well. Did we have another one? Okay, did I answer that? I hope I did. Yes, awesome sauce. All right, y'all, I got to put up some pictures of somebody that got a birthday this week. Y'all, this diva right here, none other than my mama. She think fly on any given time, honey. She gonna be beat down from the top of her head to the soles of her feet. That's me and her after something. I was so tired in this picture, but she made me go, and we hanging out. But y'all, this girl gonna be 70. I hope I look like that at 70. No wrinkles, still working 2 jobs by choice. Good for her. And it's like, and she's still trying to tell people what to do. It don't matter. But I just shout out to my mama, Deborah Franklin. She will be turning 70 on Tuesday, y'all. So make sure y'all are inboxing us so we can share those birthday shout outs to her, because this girl is still running things, still handling things. Even though she got married at a very young age, she lost my father. Her and my father were married, how old am I? 32 years before he passed. One man.
Wow.
One man, 32 years.
Wow.
And, and it's like, and I'm not going to tell you that watching marriage through them was easy, but she also is one that nurtures us and teaches us things. And we've learned a whole lot from her. And she can cook too, y'all. So this was also a hard thing because my mother, this is the joke. All of my cousins have said, so who baking her birthday cake? She making her own cake? Because normally she cooked everybody's cake. Because she was the cake decorator. She done all of that. So they were like, she catered her own party. I was like, no, indeed. But yeah, so that's what motivated me to throw that in there for tonight's show, because I thank you for posting that and then being brave enough to say that you're 60. And, a lot of times, and I say that lovingly, because a lot of women won't admit that they're 60 or that they're 70, or like my grandmother was 91 when she passed. So it's like a lot of women won't admit to this age. So if you had to give one shout out or one word of encouragement for somebody that's watching that's having an issue with their age, what would it be?
A lot of people will say that it's better than the alternative.
Oh!
So the alternative is not to be your age. But Enjoy it at every stage. I've had I talked about my sisters, and I lost one
Wow.
in May of this year. And
Sorry to hear that. Our condolences.
thank you. And what I know for sure is every day is precious. Every year is precious. Every second is precious. Enjoy it. It is every day brand new blessings God gave you.
Exactly.
And if you aren't enjoying those and doing and living in those blessings every day, then you're telling God, you didn't really like what He gave you.
Right.
And so, what I would encourage you to do is to enjoy what God gave you.
And try something new.
Absolutely,
It's okay. Yeah, I get you like fried chicken, but try a bake one day. All right, y'all, we're going to be right back after these messages. We're going to talk about, you're going to jump right into the novel. Guys, we are back and I'm here live with my special guest and we're going to be talking about her novel. Yeah, we're getting ready to jump into the novel because we did a little precursor to the novel and we talked about her website. We've talked about her blog. Now we're getting ready to jump into this book. I've already been told somebody that already got the book and is already on chapter 2, so I can't wait to start it because all I've been able to do is, y'all know my schedule is crazy. So, we talked about the motivation. Now let's talk about the book. Why should I go get this book?
There's a lot of reasons you should go get this
Okay.
book. But a lot of the good reasons you should go get this book is because it does talk about girlfriends. It talks about relationships. What does it take to create a relationship and then what happens? But importantly, I said there's some other themes in here. There's some themes in here about some of the characters. So there's 4 main characters. There's Angela and Danielle and Cheryl and Sammy. And Angela comes to this relationship in college that they meet with some baggage. They all come with baggage.
Right,
but
right.
Angela's baggage is different. It's heavier.
Right.
It's more intense because
I'm sorry, Stephanie. We're going to have to take a quick break and we're going to be right back with you. y'all, we are back. But this is what happens when your live things happen. We have to just make adjustments. So we are back. We were talking about the characters and the motivation behind them. And you were talking about some additional themes. So what were those additional themes that you were getting ready to, that we could just dive back into?
So diving back in really quickly. So Angela was abused.
Oh, wow.
She's got some drug background and some abuse in her background. And it really does resonate when you read the book around the whole Me Too movement and a lot of the themes that are happening. And I wrote this book 8 years ago. I started it 8 years ago.
Wow.
So well before the Me Too movement. But there are a lot of things that resonate really well where, women are now standing up for themselves, and these characters have to stand up for themselves and empower themselves and go for their dreams. So it really does talk about adversity. It talks about how do you overcome your adversity? How do you get to grow as a woman and as friends as women? And there's some stuff in there that gets really deep.
And one thing I like about it is that these are friends that are on that second level of friendship. Because I tell everybody, your high school friends are totally different than your college friends. So what really made them bond?
What made them bond in the first place was that they were coming together in college and they had they all had dreams and they wanted to pursue their dreams and they were supporting each other. But there was an incident that happened that broke them apart. And they had to grow up and become fully acknowledged grown women and figure out if they could get back together. And in order to do that, they had to dig deep around what happened, be honest, and then do the hard thing, which some of us don't have a really good time doing, is asking for forgiveness.
Wow. That's major.
Asking for forgiveness. That can be hard.
That is majorly hard.
That can be hard.
Especially when you get to a certain age. And when you get to, I'm not going to put age on it. When you get through certain experiences, it's really hard to ask for that forgiveness, especially when you don't feel like you were the one that has to give it.
Or in the situation when because when one of the characters knows she has to go and ask for forgiveness, but she also knew she was the reason they broke up.
Wow.
She was wrong, but she stood and let the situation, in this case a man, break them up and not believe. She didn't believe her friend. She didn't believe that Angela had been abused. She didn't believe her. She accused her of other stuff, and she found out later on she was wrong.
Wow.
And she had to come back and say, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. We need to take a break and we'll be right back with you. Back. I need y'all to call in. We got some good juicy conversations. I need the girlfriends. I don't even care if you're having a problem with your girlfriend, because I know Miss Stephanie want to talk to y'all. So give us a call at 443-454-3751. Again, that number is 443-454-3751. We want to hear from you. And so we're getting ready to talk about these characters. Now I got to ask this question. Yes. Because we got 2 girlfriends. You say they got some problems, but is it a waiting to exhale moment in there where somebody going to burn their car? Where somebody going to throw some stuff out the window? We're going to have a waiting to exhale moment. Yes. You already know we got to ask about the juice. What's getting ready to happen?
Well, I don't know if it's a waiting to exhale moment in that sense, but let's just say this way. There's a sister that's going to walk away with somebody's whole bunch of money. More than half, because he was trying to hide some stuff.
Okay,
and put some money someplace where he wasn't supposed to have it.
Y'all know that's what we like.
And lie about some stuff. And she had an attorney that went in and found all the stuff.
See, that's what that's the kind of juice we want. We like the juice.
All the stuff.
Yes, I like it when we find it all, honey. So that way she can get her half and some and take
some.
everybody out on
some.
a vacation.
And some.
Yeah, see, I love it. I love it. Well, y'all, I have to share this too before we get back into the novel, because I meet so many people, because a lot of you know that I am a co-host on the T, and I also do media coaching. So I had the privilege of being at bar about a month ago now, and I did meet Stephanie. Stephanie said, Stephanie, how do I know you? She's like, I met you at bar. I said, oh my God, yes, we was at bar. Because it's so many things that are happening now around books and storytelling. And in this whole African American genre, there's so many things that are going on. So, and I said waiting to exhale and in a joking manner, but what makes your book stand out and your character stand out more than some of the other books that are out there on the market?
The characters are really real. You can relate to them. You know these characters. You know somebody.
You're gonna be like, ooh, I know that. That's because of Pookie now.
You know somebody. You know these characters. You know somebody like Cheryl who has issues with her mama, and her mama wants to run a life. You know somebody like Angela.
Might be Cheryl. I didn't know about Cheryl might be me. Oh my God, I got to look that up. Okay, I'm sorry. All right, Cheryl. We got Cheryl.
You know somebody like Danielle who's singularly focused on her goals, so singularly focused on her goals that nothing else gets in the way, that nobody else matters, that she's willing to give up good relationships with men and everything else. She's singularly focused on her goal. And then you know somebody like Sammy, who's that friend that you need, that you don't know you need until you need her, and she shows right up.
That's the one that's still in your phone and you trying to figure out why I still got her in my phone. But then when something happens, you be like, there you go.
There you go. That's why you need her.
And you know what's really crazy? And I'm glad you said that, because sometimes I think I have the Sammy tendencies. Because I tell everybody, my friends know, Deborah might not call all the time, but when she do call, we answer because we never know what's going on.
That's right. We all have those friends. And sometimes with our lives, as busy as they are, as much as we got going on, sometimes that happens. And that's the other thing is that being able to have girlfriends that you don't have to talk to them every day or every month, but you know when you call them, they're going to be right there and you can pick up wherever you left off.
Exactly.
That's really,
I
really
see right now, I'm feeling
Sammy.
I'm feeling Sammy. And then you have one other one?
So now you would talk about Angela.
Okay.
We talked about Angela.
Okay.
So, there's, and you might not have a friend that have as many problems as Angela, but you may have that friend that's got some secrets and some things that she's been holding on to that she really needs to release so that she can go on and be the person that God intended her to be. So, there's always, these characters.
Right,
you know them, and the situations are real, and you can connect them to your life and to your friends' lives and be able to, make a change. The at the end of the day, I want somebody to walk away and say, yes, I'm different, I'm better because I now have some motivation.
Now, I got to ask, because the English teacher in me, is when I looked at it, I was like, wonder what this means. Why did you title it About Her? I love that pronoun. So why did you title it About Her?
Because I wanted, because I have 4 very strong characters, and I want the reader to determine which her is it about. So which her is it about to you?
Wow.
I don't have one character that just stands out as the lead character.
Gotcha.
They're equal in their representation in the book, but About Her really is, who is this her? And in some cases, is that her about anybody in the book, or is it about the reader? So I want the reader to understand. I want the reader to.
The reader is really in the book too.
Well, I hope so, because the question really should be is about her. Who is it about? And who do you connect with most? And that's one of the things I've asked my readers and my fans. And it's interesting. They come back with different characters because they connect with them differently based on where they are in their lives. And some people have said it's about me. It wasn't really about them. The About Her was, I'm the her.
Wow, that's amazing, because I never would have even thought about it like that. But yeah, that's great. That is really great. Because I've even noticed, like, sometimes now someone's like, can I speak to? And I say, yes, I'm her. I am her.
Yeah.
Who else you want? So I was like, that's what I'm saying. I love using that pronoun now because it's got it has so much power. And then with those characters going to college, clearly in college, everybody has a different major. Everybody has a different triumphs that they want to get through. And I noticed that one is a lawyer, one is something else. So do we see like a shift because of careers as well? Do we see them connect or disconnect over their careers?
Well, they disconnect before they end college. So they've had their disruption in their friendship before they end college, and then it jumps back into each one of them as they're grown up in part two. So each one of them fully into their careers, and you do see a shift in what they thought they were going to do and what they thought they wanted to be, and what they really end up doing and how they end up being. Because one of them is a lawyer.
Right.
She continues to be a lawyer, but she may be a lawyer in a different way and doing different kinds of things with the law than she originally thought she was going to do because of her experiences.
Oh, wow. Wow. I like it because, so many times we do go into college with these wonderful dreams of what we're going to be, and then we look up and we kind of drifted. So do we see that drift and shift with the characters?
We do see the drift and shift with the characters. We see them making some decisions, but I think they're making decisions not necessarily in college, but because of their career and because of their experiences and because they want to find out who they really are. Going to college, I wanted to be a doctor.
Oh, wow.
I wanted to grow up and be a doctor. I'm not a doctor.
And I'm not a lawyer, so I totally get it.
So there's some shifts that you make in life because of things that you come across and people you come across and experiences and learning more about what your real passion is. So back to that conversation about passion and what you really want to do.
Right. And then, I have to ask this because we talk to a lot of authors. I'm always in the midst of authors and people that want to be authors. And we've kind of touched on this a little bit earlier, but I want us to do just like a little special segment, not segment, but a little special spiel. What do you say to somebody that says, I'm too old? That I can't write a novel because of my age. I haven't had enough life experiences. I can't do this because of, my life didn't go the way that I wanted to. What would you say to that?
Write it down.
Woo.
So, if you've lived past the age of, 12, you've got life experience. You've got some life experiences, really. I mean, you do. Write it down. Go for it. Do it. It is, and write it down. Take some writing classes if you feel you need to do that. Get with other authors. Get with people that can support you and help you and encourage you. But do it. Really do it. I'm going to tell you, I hadn't done this without the help of friends and family encouraging me to do it. This didn't happen because I said I could go do it.
Right.
Trust me.
Right.
It happened because I have a community of people behind me that are pushing me and helping me and supporting me and giving me information so I can get it done. There are communities of folks online. There are communities of folks in every single city in America that are helping people who want to write. I mean, you talked about just this whole resurgence of, Black authors and writing and being around them. There are a lot of resources out there. And,
and I have to go back to BAR. To me, BAR is one of the best kept secrets in literature, in the literary world, because at BAR, you're able to meet some authors that have done it, like really done it. And it's like, what is that experience, and what would you encourage somebody that's looking to, let's say, attend one of these events, and what did you gain from it? Oh, outside of meeting me.
Well, I gained a ton of things outside. In addition to meeting you, I gained a ton of stuff. So I listened to all of the seminars. I went to the workshops. I participated in the workshops. How to present yourself, how to write a book. What do you need to do from a book cover? So Sherry Woods was there and did a couple of workshops. Listening to the authors on the authors panel. So we had Tina McElroy Anza there, Victor McLaughlin. We had a couple of other authors there. Then Victoria Christopher Murray was there, and Rashonda Tate Billingsley.
All of them.
All of them.
And we're not saying that to be bragging. We're saying that's why you need to show up at some of
You
these
show up,
smaller
yeah.
literary events.
Because they're intimate, and you can go and talk to these people. You can get wisdom from them. You can get points about what they do. You can understand how do you need to make it. They give you one-on-one conversation. So being at these smaller events, you can really get a lot of good motivation, a lot of good information.
I love it. And then it's like, I love the smaller intimate event because not only were we able to we taped a live show, and so you were in the audience for the show. So it's like you get to even see where you can take your book to the next level. And you just never know who's there, because there was another young lady there that does the podcasting. So she was taping her show while we were taping our show. So it was a lot of things that you could have just networked and did. So that's why I want to give a shout out to Sharon for hosting such a powerful event, and Hope being a literary giant. I can consider her literary giant. And then be looking out for Bar 2019, because you definitely want to be there and in the place. Now, just this quick thing, how can people find you? What would you want to close out with to tell our people that are watching live on Facebook and when they log in for the replay, what words of encouragement, or how can they find you?
So our words of encouragement are you're never too old, it's not too late, and my favorite saying is never stop chasing your dreams.
Wow.
Never stop chasing your dreams. Do it. Absolutely go for it and do it. It doesn't mean that you're not going to be afraid. It doesn't mean that it's going to be perfect, but you can get better. You can do it. You keep moving forward. You keep taking one step after the other. They can find me on Facebook at About Her a Novel. On Facebook, I'm on Instagram at ssimon_about_her. I have a couple of book signings coming up. Can I tell people about those?
Please.
Okay, so
because I think I'm going to one of these, because baby, she be having some parties. I looked at the pictures. Conversations will have to be in the place, honey.
Well, I will tell you. So I'm originally from Oakland, California.
Okay.
And I'm going home on November 10th, Saturday, November 10th from 6 to 9 p.m. I'm going to be doing a book signing at the Impact Hub at the Hive. It's going to be, again, from 6 to 9 on Saturday, November the 10th. On Sunday, December 2nd, I'm going to be in Tampa, Florida.
Come on here. Yes.
At Franklin Manor on Franklin Street in Tampa. Also we're going to have, both of these are going to be big with food and music, and we're going to have book signings and book readings and all kinds of cool stuff happening at both of those. I'm still working on a location for a signing in Charlotte. I should have that nailed down this week, and that would also be Sunday, November the 18th. So
love it.
I got a
busy end of the year.
I got a busy end of the year coming up. So
come
really
on, she finishing this year out strong, honey. It's all about her. It is all about her. Well, y'all, it's been fun. It's been real. We love you to life. Make sure that you're following us live on Facebook. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. And most of all, let us hear from you. You can find us everywhere. ConversationsDeborahFranklin.com. Go to our website. Make sure that you friend us. And if you know someone that would like to be a guest, let us know. Inbox us. We look forward to hearing from you. Have a great one. Peace.